Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Aaron Michael Eschenberg here, talking about the daily horoscope for Saturday, the 2nd of March, 2019. We're flying through this year. Holy smokes. I hope you're feeling this. This has been a wild, wild week. A lot of breakthroughs. Today is kind of the last of the bigger last breakthrough. You know, the moon finally moves through the last degrees this morning. It finally moves out of Capricorn at about 2 o'clock. So the first whole part of the day, we still have that kind of grind energy, like we can, whatever is kind of coming at us. There's always, you know, we see solutions, not problems. We always, you know, find a way to overcome, and we're getting up that mountain, baby. You know, like we are getting through this. We are making whatever necessary changes need to happen as we wiggle our way up, because we are going to bring the change. That's what Capricorn is the bringer of change, the bringer of winter, this, you know, the epic, whoa, winter is coming, you know, the bringer of change. It's 29 degrees. So it's, at first though, it's going to be, you know, connecting there with the south node, connecting with Pluto, you know, connected with Pluto around midnight last night, that transformation, you know, we talked about this. It's kind of a continuation of yesterday's, really. There's similar energies, but there are some different new beginnings to this, you know, as, you know, Venus has moved into Aquarius, and the moon moves out of this last, you know, final, again, I'm responsible for my happiness. I'm responsible for me, for the decisions that I make in my life. I'm no longer blaming other people. I'm not going to give my power away. You know, it's like a lot of this energy is saying that is like, identify as self, identify who you are. And it's just like, don't give your power away by blaming your job or by blaming, you know, traffic. We know, you know, there's reasons and there's an excuse, and we know the difference. We know the difference. But we also know, like, when we blame something, we're just giving it away. Giving away our power, and it's just like, no, we have the power to change these things, and we can be the first, we can be the initial. Okay, Uranus and Aries, we're the final days, you know, this moves out on the 6th. This is the final day, so the final time the moon is ever going to square, you know, moon up here in Capricorn and Uranus over here, and it's connecting with, you know, first it's connecting with the south node as well. This is like releasing. This is like a good release. You know, this is going to keep happening throughout the next year and a half, the moon connecting with the south node every month in Capricorn. But the last time this is going to happen, squaring Uranus and Aries, because then it's going to move into Taurus, and it's a different ball game. These are both earth signs at that point, not fire and earth. Okay, which is, this is a balance. These two, you know, Aries says go, fire, go. You know, Capricorn says wait. This is, you know, Saturn, it's just like wait. This is compression. Wait a second, do you know, let's go, we've got, you know, let's go catch the next flight. Wait, you know, do you have your bags packed? Do you have a game plan? You know, this is Capricorn. It's always kind of like, wait a second, do we have all the ducks in line? We're climbing Mount Everest here, Aries. You know, you might have this breakthrough, like you've got it together, you've seen it, you know, you've felt this change coming, you know, this fire. And you're like, I'm ready to climb Mount Everest, man. And it's like, okay, but we're talking about Capricorn. We're talking about Mount Everest, not talking about any mountain. We're talking about the mountain of mountains here. Life. You know, did you really get everything planned? And you can die out there. You can die on that mountain, man. You know, really making sure that we have everything checked before we move into this new world, this new future. And that's where we're going, because the moon is moving and catching up with Venus in the first degrees of Aquarius. Okay? And that's going to create a really cool sextile for the very first time in our kind of history here, for the majority of the people that are watching this anyway. As Venus and the moon are going to create a sextile. Venus and the moon are in Aquarius now, creating a sextile to, for the first time, and this is going to happen several times over the next few years, Chiron, which just now entered Aries. So we have this cool, like, you know, healing of self. And this is this great kind of feminine energy, a lot of feminine energy. You know, Venus is a feminine energy. The moon is looked as a feminine energy. Chiron is like a wounded healer. It's debatable. But either way, this is like a very healing, feminine healing, this divine feminine energy, which is good. And it's like, it's healing the masculine, it's healing our own feminine, it's healing our judgment. Judgment of ourselves, judgment of others. As where we're going in this new future, you know, it's like compassion is leading the way. We have to remember that compassion is leading the way here with the North Node in Cancer. Our intuition, our empathy. So that's what ultimately wins this whole game here, is our empathy. And we have all of these other things, you know, this transformation happening up in Capricorn for the past 8 years, 9 years, you know, and this big kabuya happening in 2020 of Pluto and Saturn, and then a few more years of Pluto and Capricorn until it moves in, you know, 2024, 2025 into Aquarius. You know, these are big things, and Pisces and Neptune is all about like expanding our dreams and making sure that we truly get this part first, you know, this inner world, outer world thing that's going on, that our conscious mind creates, you know, our reality by how we choose to accept what's going on around us. You know, it's crazy outside right now, but I cannot control the weather. I can only control how I react to it. It's just a windy day. You know, bundle up and brace myself for the cold, you know, but, you know, I can complain about it, or I can just go about my business or whatever, you know. So moving into the new world, you know, it's like responsibility of self, and then once we have this responsibility of self, it's a lot easier to work and get along and communicate with others as we're moving into the community, as this is all going toward Aquarius. Is the future right now, is where we're headed. So as we're leading ourselves with this compassion, emotion, and intuition, it's ultimately to be one with ourselves, so that we can be harmonious within the community. And today is this like last driving force of yes, I can. Yes, I can. I have what it takes to be disciplined. I have what it takes to get up every day and to do this, to be strong for myself, so I can be strong for others. As that is what the community needs, because the community needs you, because we love you, and I love you, and I wish you enough, and I'll see you tomorrow.